Welcome back to Limitless Mentality, where we discuss profound psychological truths to help you improve your life. Today, we're diving into why chasing happiness is actually making you miserable. It sounds backwards, right? But there's a hidden trap in the way most of us try to find happiness. And if you don't see it for what it is, you'll keep running in circles, feeling emptier the harder you try to feel good. Here's the thing. Happiness isn't something you can hold on to forever. It's not a finish line or a trophy you finally grab once life goes your way. But that's how most people treat it. We think, once I get that job or relationship or house, I'll finally be happy. But every time you reach that next goal, the target moves. Your brain adapts. That thing you wanted so badly becomes your new normal. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation, and it means you return to your baseline level of happiness, no matter what you achieve. So, if you're always chasing the next high, you're never actually present enough to enjoy what's in front of you. And that constant reaching, it starts to feel like a treadmill you can't get off. This is one of the biggest traps. We're bombarded with messages that happiness comes from having fun, looking good, or buying stuff. But pleasure and happiness aren't the same thing. Pleasure is instant. It's eating cake, scrolling TikTok, or getting 100 likes on your post. But happiness? That comes from meaning, from growth, from facing hard things and coming out stronger. When you focus too much on pleasure, you start avoiding discomfort. And that's where growth actually happens. Over time, chasing pleasure makes you weaker, more anxious, and less fulfilled. Real happiness isn't always fun, but it is deeply satisfying. A lot of people set up these mental contracts like, I'll let myself be happy once I lose weight, or once I'm successful, then I'll finally feel good about myself. But when you tie your happiness to an outcome, you teach your brain that you're not allowed to feel good now. You put joy on pause. The problem is, even if you reach that goal, your brain's already trained to say, not yet. So you move the goalpost again. It becomes a never-ending game of, once I have this, then I'll be happy. And you never get to collect the reward. Trying to feel happy all the time makes you afraid of any emotion that doesn't feel good. Sadness, anger, boredom, loneliness, they all become bad emotions you try to escape. But emotions aren't the enemy. They're messengers. If you avoid them, they don't go away. They just get buried. And then they come out in ways you can't control. True emotional strength means being able to sit with discomfort, to understand it, and to move through it without judgment. Ironically, the more you accept the full range of your emotions, the more resilient and grounded you become. That's what creates a lasting sense of peace, which is way deeper than surface-level happiness. So many of us base our happiness on things outside ourselves, on how other people treat us, on how many followers we have, or whether our life looks impressive to others. But that's fragile. Anything external can change. If your happiness depends on someone else's approval or the perfect life situation, then it's always at risk. Real joy comes from internal alignment, knowing who you are, what you value, and living in a way that feels true to you. When you stop needing the world to validate your worth, that's when you become truly free. In a world of quick fixes and instant results, the idea of working through discomfort sounds exhausting. But that mindset is part of the problem. We look for hacks to boost happiness or routines to feel better fast. But most things that bring real fulfillment take time. Building strong relationships, creating something meaningful, healing from old wounds. These things don't happen overnight. And if you're always looking for the fastest route to feeling better, you'll miss the deeper experience of growing into the person you actually want to be. Social media makes it insanely easy to feel like everyone else has it all figured out. You scroll through perfect vacations, perfect bodies, perfect mornings with oat milk lattes, and it warps your expectations. You start thinking, why don't I feel that happy? But what you're seeing isn't real life. It's a curated version designed to look perfect. When you compare your raw, messy reality to someone else's highlight reel, you're always going to feel like you're missing something. That comparison steals your joy, not because your life is bad, but because you've convinced yourself it should look like someone else's. Happiness is a feeling. Purpose is a direction. And here's the truth. People who focus on purpose tend to be happier, even when life is hard. Purpose gives your pain a reason. It gives you a reason to get out of bed, even when things aren't going your way. Without purpose, happiness feels shallow, like eating candy when you're starving. It's sweet, but it doesn't last. When you have something meaningful to work toward, even the tough days feel worth it. And that makes you way more fulfilled than chasing a fleeting emotion. This one messes with a lot of people. When we believe we should be happy, we start judging ourselves when we're not. Why am I still anxious? What's wrong with me? That mindset creates a double layer of suffering. You feel bad, and then you feel bad about feeling bad. But pain isn't failure. Discomfort isn't proof that you're broken. It's just part of the human experience. When you stop measuring your success by how happy you are and start measuring it by how honest and alive you feel, your whole perspective shifts. When you're constantly chasing happiness, you're always focused on what's next. The next win, the next upgrade, the next milestone. But real life is happening right now, in the tiny, quiet moments you overlook. Laughing with a friend, feeling the sun on your face, the peace after a deep conversation. These moments are small, but they're everything. If you're always in pursuit mode, you miss them. And those missed moments, that's what creates the feeling of emptiness you can't quite explain. Happiness isn't somewhere out there. It's already here. You just have to slow down long enough to notice it. Happiness was never meant to be hunted down like a prize. It's something that unfolds when you stop chasing and start living. When you give yourself permission to feel everything, grow through discomfort, and appreciate the messy, beautiful reality of your life, happiness becomes less of a goal and more of a companion. Not always loud, not always easy, but always real. What part of this video hit you the hardest? Have you ever caught yourself chasing happiness in one of these ways? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how this topic connects with your own journey. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more eye-opening insights. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and stay limitless.